Hello friends, today's topic is being homeless out here on these streets. Let's rant.
Shelby, how old are you?
48. I just turned 48.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. It's May 18th.
How long have you been lost in Phoenix?
Since my early 30s.
Wow, so it's gonna be 20 years soon?
About that, yeah. I'm born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, but it was funny because even though I was always a statistic because I had a baby at 13, I refused to be a statistic. Not really, I already was one. And so I went to college and everything and did the family thing. It just wasn't for me. And yeah, so
You had a baby at 13, you got impregnated at 12. Was that a boyfriend?
Yeah. He was 19 at the time. My mom worked like 2 jobs and she was never there, so and my dad wasn't in the picture, so I was like looking for daddy in all the wrong places. And yeah, I always hung out with the older crowd. If you're familiar with Arizona or Phoenix for a while, you know the river bottom. I think it's all new housing out there now, probably. But yeah.
How old were you when you first tried a...
Oh, 10 maybe?
10 years old?
Yeah.
Who's introducing you to substances at such a young age, 10 years old?
Well, I mean, it was probably like younger than that. My brother and I would go around drinking the foam out of my dad's 40 bottles. So, you know, trying to imitate our dad. So, yeah. And then from there, you know, so...
How many kids do you have?
1 biological, 2 stepchildren, 1 who died when he was 3 days after he turned 18. Somebody had given him and he was found dead in his room by his father. And yeah, that was hard.
You're walking around, looks like you have issues with your right leg. What happened to your leg?
I have rheumatoid arthritis from lupus. So it just started changing shape out of nowhere. Well, I have a small dog over here. I have a small dog. Yeah, so, and it's just getting worse from babying my ankle. It blew out my knee and my hip, and I didn't realize my posture was messed up as well until one day my ex said you can't even stand up straight, thinking it was from drugs. And I had a friend take pictures of me from behind, and I cried for like 3 hours because I couldn't believe that's what I looked like.
Rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, just a lot of health issues going on with you?
Yeah. You know, powder. So many people have leg issues, so many people have swelling and the discoloration from the circulation, and for some reason we refuse to sit down, so that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, definitely.
We walk a lot.
Yeah, definitely. You guys are hurting yourselves, you know, medically, physically. That's really unfortunate.
That's what they intended to happen, is for it to kill us. That's why it's here. There's no other reason for it.
Yeah.
So my mom died in 2019, and I had gotten clean because I went to jail. I did a year in county. Unfortunately, that sucked. But I got clean in county, and when I got out, my mom got breast cancer shortly after that. It was just been me and my mom for 40 years. My brother left with my father and my sister when we were young, and so I was just raised by my mom, and she was always gone. That's why I had a baby at 13 and started doing drugs then. But then I stopped and did what I needed to do. And then when I got older, I'm constantly bored unless and I don't know why that is. If I'm getting high, I'm not bored, even if I'm not doing a damn thing. But if I'm sober, I'm constantly going out of my mind bored. And it doesn't matter if I'm working or what I'm doing, I'm still bored. And when my mom died, she's the only family I had. My daughter and I don't have a relationship. She's on the same road, unfortunately, and she just had a baby in her 30s, but the same thing, she lost her child. The lady who adopted her actually adopted her son, and the cycle continues. So it sucks because I fought for her for 3 years. Had I known what I know now, then I would never have lost her. But they told me they severed my rights because I couldn't provide stable housing for my daughter, and I had moved into a group home, and I lived there, and I could live there until I was 18. We had our own apartment, and I did everything they asked me to. It wasn't good enough because I couldn't provide stable housing. What 16-year-old can provide stable housing? You can't, you know? And so they said you either give her up for adoption or she's going to end up into foster care until she's 18. And the lady offered to adopt her, who had been her foster mom since she was born.
Be careful with your life choices that you make. Some choices you can recover from and some choices you can't. Learn from others and improve yourself the best you can. Thank you for watching. Until next time.